Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. As we all know, the Modern Warfare Alpha just came to an end this Sunday, and what I will do today is sharing my feedback on it, what I liked about it and what I didn't like so much about it. So let's go! There's some minor things and some major things that I really want to touch on. Keep in mind that I know that they already addressed a few of them, so I'm just sharing my thoughts, okay? Keep with me, guys. My number one problem about this game, because keep in mind, I loved it, I loved every second of it, but it was a bit hard sometimes to keep the motivation up. Especially due to the head glitches, because people shoot out of the top of their head, and I really don't like that at all, because in addition, you have that red name tag that's popping up above their head, and that's the only thing you see. You don't see their face, you don't see their gun, anything at all. They just shoot out of this part of their head. That needs to be gone. It's terrible playing against people where you can only see the top of their head. And I found that to be very frequent on Pine as well as Stack. So I hope they will fix that, because I can't deal with it, okay? I also wish I could add an ADS sensitivity, because with some sensitivity, if I turned it too high, it was hard to aim. If I turned it too low, I had problems turning on people. So I wish they really would add that ADS sensitivity. If I'm not mistaken, they actually have confirmed that it's gonna come in the full game, but I have my fingers crossed for it because I need it. Next thing I want to mention, and keep in mind this is Modern Warfare Alpha, but I wish they would add ping numbers or bars for everyone in the lobby so I can know what connection they have to the server as well as me. Because there was some situations where I definitely felt the connection was lopsided. One of the teams had clear connection advantage, and sometimes that was on my end. And it's still frustrating because I want to win because of my skills, not because of my connection. If you can see the ping numbers and ping bars, then you can know what's really going on in the server and everything like that. And I really hope they won't do it as in Black Ops 4, where you can only see your connection to the server, because that doesn't really matter if you can't see everyone else's connection. Next up, I also want them to severely reduce or remove the black and white screen that happens when you're hurt, in addition to the hearing impairment, because you're already in a disadvantage when you're hurt, because obviously you're low health, and with adding those things on top of it, and I don't remember how long it lasts, but it feels like forever, you lose your awareness what's going on in the game. So I think they should either remove it, but I understand that is part of the game, or reduce it severely. Talking about being hurt, I wish they could severely reduce or removing the grunting sounds your character makes when you're hurt. The same with the black and white and the hearing impairment, you're already in a disadvantage because you have low health. So if they reduced it or removed it completely, you would be on a more level playing field with the enemy teams, even if you're a lower health. When we're talking about sound, I also want to address the footsteps, because the footsteps I think is really good. I have heard a lot of people in the community having problems with hearing where things are coming from. Me personally, I didn't experience that. But one thing that was really upsetting for me was when there were enemies that was apparently right next to me, but I couldn't hear their footsteps. And I know if you crouch walk and stuff like that, your footsteps sound decrease, but I couldn't hear them at all, and all of a sudden I got shot from a meter away from me, even though I couldn't hear them at all. Next up, I want to talk about skill-based matchmaking. I don't know for a fact that it's in this game, but I'm pretty sure it is, because I've seen some clips from different people all over the community playing against people, and the people they are playing against is not the same people I'm playing against. Not to sound arrogant or anything like that, but I'm an above average player, which means that in this game, if I'm correct, and skill-based matchmaking is quite heavy in this game, I get put against above average players as well. And don't take me wrong, because I'm all for team balancing and stuff like that when you're playing normal 6v6 multiplayer. But in this game, I wish they would split up so you have one ranked 2v2 as well as one casual 2v2, because skill-based matchmaking doesn't really make too much sense unless you know what rank you are and are grinding for a rank. Because I was playing it hours and hours on end, and I have to admit, playing it hours and hours on end is probably not the best for you to keep your motivation up, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I had a match where I was just like able to dominate, if you understand what I mean. Like, sure, we went 6-0 a few times, but there was like always a fight. I might sound really spoiled or something like that, but I want it to be more random when I play it. And if I want to play against other people with similar skills as me, let me be able to choose that ranked gunfight so I can really grind hard and put my try-hard panties on and win against people who's the same skill as me. Another thing that I had a bit problem with, I know the attachments when you got like a random class in Gunfight, the attachments was there, I just never saw them. But apparently if you swap weapon you can see them above your ammo count. I did not see them at all, so I wish it could be more clear when you spawned in what attachment you have and which one you don't. For example, the deagle, one of the attachments made you be able to shoot the deagle much faster. But I never knew which attachments I had. Maybe I'm just like not aware of what's going on in game, but I don't know. I wish it was more clear. The same in the countdown. When you're loading into a game, the countdown text was basically invisible. I know that they have addressed it and they're gonna make it more clear, so I'm very happy about that. But then again, this is my feedback about the Modern Warfare Alpha, so I just want to share everything off my chest. Next up, I have a few minor things. Like I said earlier, the red name tag, I feel like it's too distracting. Like I said, you can only see the red name tag and you have a problem seeing the character, which would make it really hard in a stress situation to kill the other person. So I wish they could tone it down or something like that. But then again, it helped sometimes with seeing people who was severely head glitching. Like not actually seeing the person, but knowing where they're at. And then there's a few minor things that I want to touch on, and it's the Molotov. The Molotov I sometimes got hurt by without knowing where it came from. Or I couldn't hear that it was there and all of a sudden I was burning. It's a very minor thing, but it got me killed a few times because I didn't hear it coming in and I didn't know that it was around me to burn. So I don't know if you add an indicator, even though it's weird to do on a Molotov, or just make the sound of the fire louder. And then we gotta talk about the Marshmallow 19. The Marshmallow 19, or the M19 as it's called in the game, is a toy gun. It doesn't kill people, and they can be like literally 2 meters away from you. You shoot directly at them, you're missing them because the bullet travel time is so slow, so you have a hard time hitting them, and it's like 5 to 6 shots to kill. You basically don't have enough bullets in your magazine if you miss a few shots. So I think that one needs a buff, more than it already got, because I'm aware that it got a buff during the alpha, but I need more pistol action in this game, okay? And then finally, if you follow me on Twitch, which I stream 3 times a week, make sure you go follow me over there. I tend to hit like leaderboard button and then square button, which in this game makes it go into this long PlayStation Store page. It was so annoying. It took me out of like the game for a few rounds and I couldn't do anything except like calling out to my teammate where the enemies was. I was sitting next to the person that I was playing with. If I was playing with a random, I'm not even sure they could hear me if I was calling them out. I did a little clip in Sony Vegas to find out how long it lasted for me to be in those menus, like PlayStation Network menus, or waiting for them. And it was 95 seconds. In 2v2 Gunfight, 95 seconds is an insane amount of time. One thing that I just want to add is that I really think it sucked that it was only PlayStation 4 exclusivity, but that's understandable because Activision is a company, Sony probably paid them an insane amount of money, and yeah, that kind of left everyone else in the dark. Let me know what you guys think about the Modern Warfare Alpha. Are you excited for the full game to come out? Was 2v2 Gunfight not really for you, but you're excited for the rest of the game? Let me know in the comment section down below. And that was my full list, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and leave a like if you did. Bye bye, my lovely, lovely birdies.